Welcome to Trading Lounge and the US indices for the 5th of October. On the S&P for the monthly chart here, we're looking at from the tech bubble here, the top of wave 3, an A and a B and a C here for wave 4, and then we're looking for 5 waves up from wave 4 here in black to wave 5 here in black. And we're looking for 5 waves in between that, so 1 and 2 here, and 3, an A and a B and a C for an expanded flat correction for wave 4, and then up for wave 5. So this wave 5 here, we really need to look at all the possibilities for that, okay? So how far that will go, so to speak. So let's just look at the weekly chart here for a moment. So there's a couple of things here. First of all, it is possible that wave 5 is sitting here and we're finished at this point and we can move down from here. I don't think that's the case, but I can't rule it out just yet, but it's possible. The other point here that we've been tracking here is looking for, this is the top of a 3rd wave here, looking for a 4th wave here, and then for a 5th wave up here. But this 5th wave up here, it could be wave 1 here, or it could be wave 5 here to complete. I think it's wave 1, but we can't rule out wave 5 either. If it is wave 1, then we'll see an ABC pullback, and then we'll see wave 3 move to the upside here. So that means that this wave 4 here to this wave 5 here will have 5 waves in here. So we'll be looking at wave 1 here and wave 2 here for this. And then moving up for wave 3. 4 and 5 up here to finish off this wave 5 here. So I don't know any of this is true or not, but these are the options that we have here. So these are the things that we need to walk through. Now we all have opinions and they're fine, and even I have them, but we need to work, put them all on the table and shuffle through them and work through them to see which is which here. So we'll leave this one here and we'll just copy that and put that one up there. So we don't know any of this just yet here. When we first arrived to the old high over here, we can expect a reaction over here, which we're getting. There's a couple of ways that could have occurred as we've been through before. One of them is that the market just arrives here and then reacts from that point. The second one is that it doesn't stop here and just continues to the upside here. So normally the distance above will be normally the distance below in the swing if the market is working to this top here, which I think it is, and that's the 3400 here, which is a Fibonacci number. So we just really need to see if that 3400 is going to become the support to help validate the next move to the upside here. But let's go in and take a closer look at this little space within here now. So I also know that there's different counts that we can have to the upside here for this market. So, I'm not fixed on this particular count, but it's one that I feel okay with. The only problem with it, it's not a problem, is that the extension's in the 5th wave here for this. So if this is the 3rd wave here, then the 4th wave can be in place now, or it hasn't actually quite pulled back down to its 38.2% retracement level, so it could do that at this level here. Now it does appear that we have 5 waves off the low here. So if this was going to be wave 4 over here, then we would need to look at this as the A wave here, the B wave here, and the C wave here, and then down here for wave 4. So we can't rule this one out now either, and then we move up from that point. We've either got that, or we look at this as wave 1 here, we pull back for wave 2 here, and then we just keep going up from that point. Well, we'll look at wave 3 here and so on. So they're the 2 pathways that we have. So we'll just talk about those a little bit more on the 4-hour chart. So it's if this is wave 3 here, we can view this as wave A, B, and C here for this. As wave 4 being completed. We're not far off our little box here for our target area. We do have 5 waves up here now. So as I mentioned, we can look at this 5-wave structure as wave A here, wave B here, and then wave C here for wave B, and then we come down for this move here. So that's possible. It's also possible that we could include this as wave 1 here, and then an A wave here, B wave here, and a C wave here, and then we just collapse from this point. So we need to be aware of that as well. So if the 61.8% here was breached or became the resistance, then we know that we'd be moving lower at that point. So this current low, from this low to this high here, this low in here just below the 3300 would be group 2 in here. So that's really quite critical as the support at this point in the structure, in terms of leaving 2 structures as 1 and 2 and 3 up here, or an A and a B and a C wave here, and then moving down. So it's just the nature of wave 4, so we need to accommodate its complexity within the structure. Okay, so I'll just recap that, and then we'll take a closer look at this move in group 2 here. So it's possible that we just have an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave to make wave B here, and it can go higher. If this is in 3 waves here, this move here, well then it's possible that we could, because it's in 3 waves, we could have a flat correction. So a flat correction is where it comes back up into this space up here. So an A and a B and a C moving through the 61.8%. I mean, it could even just take out the tops here as well as an expanded flat correction. So it can come up through here, take the top out, and then come down and take the bottom out here, and then move off as well as an expanded flat correction, because an expanded flat correction has got 3 waves in the first section here, 3 in the second, and then a 5-wave structure here. This is also the beginning of a triangle pattern as well in 3 waves here. So 3 waves here, 3 waves here. So an A wave, a B wave, a C wave, a D wave, an E wave, and then we go up. So that's also possible as well. So we need to take that on board. Yeah, so these are the things that we need to work through. This is the problem, really. One of the things that we can look at here is looking at this wave 1 here and 2 here. If this is going to be wave 3 here, then it's going to move a little bit quicker than wave 1 here. So we'll be able to look at the personality of this moving up here, how quick it moves, or if it's on a real lazy angle here, then it'll show weakness. So we need to work through that. Okay, so let's work in this little space and revisit this little structure here that we've been looking at here. So we'll just go to the hourly chart, and we've counted 5 waves up here, and they've all moved quite nicely. In terms of 1 and 2, nice strong 3rd wave here. The extensions in the 3rd wave, the 4th wave, and the 5th wave here to the 34, which we're calling the balance, which I'm calling the balance line in this whole correction. The 50 and the 61.8% is a little bit above that. So once we topped out here, we were looking for a move back into this space here. And I do have quite a nice A, B, and C correction in here. So wave 2 can be completed in here. But we also need to look at, it hasn't pulled back to its 61.8%. So it's also possible that it can pull back into here first in 5 waves and then move off from here. as an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave. I don't think it's the case, but it does the structure here does have a nice A wave, B wave, and C wave here. It could also be counted as wave 1 and 2 here, and then 1 and 2 coming back into this space here as well. So we just need to understand that a little bit better and its little idiosyncrasies. Where are we on the hourly charts? We'll go to the 15-minute chart. So yeah, if you just follow me here for a moment, we can look at all of this a little bit later from 1 and 2 here. But the move up through here is in 5 waves. Then we've got 3 waves back. That's cool. And then we've got wave 1 here with an A and a B and a C here, expanded flat, which you don't normally get in wave 2s apparently, but there it is. So wave 3 here, wave 4 here, overlapping wave 1 here. So taking note of that. And then moving up here. So we could count this as 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 here for this. So really we could count it in lots of different ways. We can count it as an A and a B and a C wave here, and then we pull back in over here. So that's all possible. So we could put that B wave there, that C wave over here, and we could pull back into that space. So we need to understand that, and we can look at this in terms of from this low here to this high, 50-60% retracement level there. So if the market moved, deeper into the 61.8% mark here, well then this is a probability at that point, right? So we need to be mindful of that. So there you go. So if the market comes down through, say, the top of group 1 here, so we've got 3,300, so 300's the top of minor group 1, and then 10, 20 and 30 is subgroup 1. So if a market moves down into here, then you can look for 5 waves in this structure down to this point. Otherwise, we'll look at this as a bullish move here, and we'll need to look at this as wave 1 here and 2 here, then wave 1 and wave 2 here, and then continuing to move to the upside. And on that note, then we could go long above that high there. I know we looked on Friday to go short under here, so hopefully that you've covered those short positions. So so that's that in a way. Longer term traders, we've been having long and short trades in all of this. If you're playing the long game here and moving to the upside, then the stop will need to go under the 60, just lift it up under the 6, still needs to stay under the 61.8% at this point. But once we move up through here, then we can bring that up over to this point, if you're still long at this point, just doing that for the long players. Yeah, so that's that really. So this moving up through here will take those tops out. That will make this here corrective. It looks corrective to me, but we need it to move up to confirm that. I don't think the tick chart can help us much more with this. Let's just bring in some more data here, just have a bit of a squizzy at everything. So yeah, coming back to having wave 1 up here, then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for the A wave here, 3 waves for the B wave here. This is 100 ticks. And then we've got 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 here. So really, we've got quite a nice ABC correction. What we do need to do, as I just mentioned, we need to confirm that this is actually an impulse wave up here, because at the moment it can be counted as an A wave, B wave, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 here for this. Like I said, this appears to be corrective, but just to confirm that, just taking out that high there would be taking this high out through here would do the trick. That would tell me that that is actually corrective, and that will be going higher from that point, and you can be on it at that point. This is the 61.8%, so a market that drops below that here would help confirm that this is an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave for wave B here. Otherwise, we can count this up I mean, I've got it counted here as an A and a B and a C for wave 2 here, meaning that all this is positive here, but I'm just putting the second bearish count here as well. But once that top's taken out, then that's that. If we have a look at the NASDAQ, I won't do all the stocks today. We can do those. We did those on Friday, so we can look at those a little bit later on. This is the NASDAQ here on the 4-hour chart, and once again, this is the same sort of pattern here in terms of an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave here, finishing here, but the same thing here again as well. We can count those as 5 waves to the upside here as wave 1 and 2 here, or we can count this as an A and a B and a C wave here for the B wave and down for the C wave to make the correction there. It is possible, it's a bit of a long shot, but I'm just going to say it anyway. I mean, this doesn't count very nicely down here as 5 waves down here, but it is there on some stocks. So it is possible to have all of this here as wave 1 here, and then having wave 2 sitting here. So down for wave 1, an A and a B and a C wave for wave 2 here, and then we come down further from that. We don't have to worry about that until this is breached. This wave 2 low here is breached, but I just want to make you aware of it, okay? With this market, obviously, you can see that the 11,500 is playing out as the balance line through here. So support on this level would be helpful for long trades. However, the 61.8% is here. So this can have an A and a B and a C wave to this point here. So really it's only above the 11,800. So we probably take the lead on the SP 500. That will give us that will give us a signal first on this. In terms of this being an ABC correction back here to this space, it does appear that it needs to move back a little bit further. So if we look at it just on the hourly chart here, I can count 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 down here for this, and then the B wave coming back to the 50-60% retracement level, and then wave C coming down in this space, but it doesn't finish off here very well. So if we move to, let's just move to the tick chart maybe. Yeah, so from the top here, we can look at this as 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here for this. So that A wave can go in there. The B wave can go in there. I was looking for the C wave to go here. And I can get 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 out of it. So it's possible that this is done and dusted here, and that this is it's possible that it can sit like like that. But it is lagging behind the S&P a little bit if it's like that. So I just think I'll let this play out a little bit further too. There's a couple of options here for this. I don't want to complicate it, but this can move up here for wave B, and then it can drop again for that. But I think the takeaway here is that the 61.8% is still further down. It hasn't even reached the 50%. Here, so we would need to see, because we've got an impulse wave here, and this is possibly an impulse wave here as well for this, but it just looks like it's in 3 waves. So down for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for 1 here, back for 2 or 3, 4, 5 I suppose, but otherwise it's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5, back for the 4th wave here and down for the 5th wave here. But this is a little bit complicated in here for that type of move. So I'm a little bit unsure about this, and I'm not that fussed about it. I just want to see how, if Monday is going to be bullish or it's going to be bearish, because that will also set the trend as such as well. So we'll just leave this for a moment, and let's just see if this finishes off somehow deeper into this space here, and then we'll pick it up from that point. But generally speaking, both markets have the same counts. There is a little bit of a difference in this one, and that is that this is the NASDAQ 100, but on the NASDAQ comp, and this is the low. This is the low here on this market, but just I can count 5 waves in this structure here. On the comp, this is the low here, so it could be counted as an A and a B and a C wave up to this point as well. We'll see. We'll just let this play out. I mean, our first job really was to see if we get 5 waves up here, which we have, and then we're looking for an ABC pattern here, which I could put as sort of finished here slightly. The S&P can be done. Doesn't look like it's finished here, so there could be a variety of patterns that can occur here. So I want this to resolve itself so I can pick up the thread. And if it pushes up for the Monday, well, then we can look to be long on well, if it's just positive on the Monday, then you can find your way in different ways. But otherwise, we'll look for a setup on this structure over here for this. But let's just see if it finishes off down here first. Alrighty. I'll just leave it at that for the time being. So just to recap a little bit, I'll just go to the 15-minute chart here. Taking everything on board, what we'll do is we'll go long from above this high here. If it drops down through here, then we'll just observe it to see how far it actually comes down. If it drops through here, then we'll be looking at the 3200 area in the next session. So yeah, buy new highs is the tag. Alrighty, cheers.